Lee Clark is.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, who is Lee Clark?
Boom.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. Who and why?
So some guy called what's his James Black, I believe. Not quite sure. I believe he's called James Black. He's one of my biggest first feuds. He pushed me to become better, so I guess that's why he's on one side of Mount Rushmore. A guy called Cody Bentley. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
I haven't heard of him.
His character is called Kurt Brooks or Legion or Levi. But his character work is fucking fantastic. His acting is great. Of course, he's exposed to the fucking Rushmore 2K shit. Oh.
Whose TV did this I hear in the background talking about dirty sex? What was that?
Oh shit.
Is that Drew?
Yeah, that's most definitely MJ.
Oh my god.
My bad. I was watching Everybody Loves Raymond earlier, and I didn't realize.
I like Everybody Loves Raymond, man.
The
brothers, dude.
Right.
I didn't realize that it was still like playing because I got the headphones on.
Yeah.
I could be egotistical and put myself on the Mount Rushmore, but I'm not gonna do that.
Should definitely should. Definitely should.
All right, guys, the stream is live right now, so start sharing to different platforms and all that.
Alright.
Okay.
Who drove back? Who drove past? What is going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there in TV land or YouTube land?
YouTube land.
Yeah, YouTube land.
Man, I don't even know how to share this.
I no longer look like Frederick Douglass, y'all.
What? Tell you what.
I can
Somebody
now,
let-
I
Who's
can
gonna
now
share this?
like
I copy and share because I can't. I don't know how to share this crap.
I can join the likes of James Black and Drew Gessner and Max as sex symbols now.
Nice choice. I like that. Oh shit.
We are live.
As y'all called me yesterday, I would have had a man bun like Drew Gessner's too.
I was gonna wear my hair. I was gonna wear the Mason. I was gonna rock the Mason, but I don't have the red.
Do you have that long hair now?
Yeah, it's pretty long. I don't want to take it down because it's doing good right now. So yeah, it's pretty long. It's a little shorter than yours.
I have to put it down because that's the Mason look.
Exactly.
I have no fucking choice.
Exactly.
Alright, cool. So just start sharing and we'll start at 7 o'clock, guys.
And how are you guys' weekends going?
Pretty decent.
Yeah, it's all right.
Mine's been pretty busy. And earlier today, I had my personal podcast going, and we had a few drinks during that podcast, and it was pretty fun.
You are the guy I was talking to on Discord, right?
Absolutely, yes, I am.
I know. Okay, cool.
That rabbit hole. Oh my god.
I was naming people on Mount Rushmore. I'm just gonna put myself on there because everybody wants to. So, James Black, Kurt Brooks, and myself. One more, right? Or
What's
is
up,
Mount
Rob?
Rushmore?
What's up, Raymond?
Not sure. I guess you know what? I'm gonna throw him a bone, mayonnaise stuff. Just gonna throw him a bone. He's gonna be happy with that. Gonna be happy with that. He did the feud with me. It was fun.
That was fun.
Who's this guy? Who?
I don't know. So there's
Oh,
some
man.
H guy.
Matt H
Matt.
star.
I don't
Oh,
know.
Matt A-Star.
That's like Drew's
Yeah.
number 2.
You know what? I'm gonna say this.
That's all I learned about 3 though, to be honest.
Matt's a good guy, man. When I first started doing this, he was the champ, and I literally chased this guy around for a whole year. And to this day, I believe that he's still the standard of what a champion should be in our industry, man. When I tell you this guy's a stand-up guy, class act, he is all that above, man.
Babyface.
Absolutely, 100%.
White meat, 100% babyface.
Base and I retired.
Yep.
Yeah,
What about MJ? Your Mount Rushmore,
Who?
MJ.
Oh, y'all ain't gonna never heard of any of these people. So, of course, there's gonna be the Kang himself, Kang Rio. He's the last villain alive. It's myself. I gotta go with myself because, man, I put a lot of work in this.
There you go.
Like, if I put a lot of work in this, I gotta put myself on that mountain, whether I'm the boss or whether I'm a character or not. Number 2, I gotta go with the alpha male Pat Legend. He's a guy that's coming over from a pick'em style EFED, and he's come over to my Fed, which is this virtual and 2K style Fed, and has just really ran with the up and downs that come along with being in AI versus AI. Whether you got a long losing streak or whether you got your long winning streak, he's been riding with it no matter what. So Pat Legend is right there in my what we call it?
Rushmore.
Yeah, Rushmore. I can forget what it's called. But then next would be I gotta put Prime Time there. Rest in peace to my guy. But I gotta put him there because right along with me, he put in a lot of work. It was that was my guy. He was a meme. They called him the meme god because he did a lot of memes in his promo work. But for a lot of the work that he did in terms of creating content that was original to him, I gotta put him up there. And for his work that he did outside of this, our now new brand of, well, not new to you guys, but new to me, brand of EFED. And then number 4, I mean, it might be my people in my Fed might be pissed off that I might go this route, but I gotta go with my Goon Squad brother, and that's B Block, and he's another one of those. You give me something, I'm gonna run with it no matter what it is, and he'll promo, he'll do whatever you ask. He's a real loyal and company type worker. Uh, and I gotta say, honorable mention, Hired Gun. Some of you guys may have heard of him as well. So those are my, I can't say 4, but 5.
Mr. Gessner?
Yes, mine are easy, man. 2 of them are right here. That's simple.
Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate that, man. I don't know as far as your Rushmore.
I'll let you guys decide which 2 are here. So, yeah, James and Dylan for sure, man. Definitely up there. It's hard to compete against these guys. It is, and that's why I never wanted to. Outside of that, there's a lot, man. There is a lot of good talent out there. There really is. I want to say, can we say Lee Jones? it's E-Fed, right? So we can say Lee Jones.
I mean, does he have it? Does he have a call? Like, all right, so Mount Rushmore is like
has.
you have to be everything, right? So
He has had.
Tyson happened in UCW and
He
in
was
the
in
street.
He was in HWA for a moment as well because I wanted to go at him.
But how was his legacy in the wrestling depending on how is his legacy in the promo fed? Because normally when you have a Mountain Rushmore, it's like legacy,
Dude.
CAW, promo, you know?
He's
It's a
undefeated.
just called.
He's undefeated in comp.
Yeah.
Competitive fan. He's completely fucking undefeated. He is 17-0. He retired, so to say, with his championship because they don't like it anymore. So the dude is next fucking level.
He's after the next level.
But I've seen his promo work. It's amazing. Like I think me and Drew talked about it in our Martin Rushmore of
Pure intensity. There's no other way. I mean, you hear the music. It's just pure intensity. You can't get out of it once you start watching it.
Lee and myself had the best matches. Like I have 3 people that I had the best matches with, and that's Lee Jones, James Black, and Kurt Brooks.
So I'm throwing Lee in there. I'm throwing Corey Heck in there too. We've talked about these guys. Just captivating people, all 4 of them. That's why they're on my Mount Rushmore.
That's what's up. We're starting in 10 minutes, guys. Just letting you guys know, especially for the people watching on the chat. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
9 minutes. 9 minutes.
9 minutes. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Thank you, Drew, for the time.
What about you, Max? You have any guys you want to list on your Mount Rushmore?
Yeah. For CAW, E-Fed, all in general. I was actually checking out this guy's work on Rox Wrestling, ROXW Wrestling, W. His name is Nemo. He does. Alright, so his CAW is his CAW, but he does the voiceover for his stuff, and this guy is basically. He's basically very talented, and he has I think amazing streak in Rox Wrestling. He's very well known in Forever Movement, but he's also well known in Rox. So,
he's in fan, really?
Yeah, it's really good work. One of his famous lines is, "You guys mistaken my cruelty for creativity," and that's actually a line that just sticks in my head all the time. His style is more Pete Dunne-esque, but a little bit of martial arts Muay Thai. I'll drop you guys the link if you look at it. If you type Rox Wrestling and you just type Namo, Nahmo, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's the main event, so if you fast forward it, you'll see his style. Rox Wrestling is it's basically highlight reel fed too, like similar to ours, but the guy puts a lot of effort into his work. Next on the Mountain Rushmore that I like, let's see. I have to say Dylan, no lie, seeing how your legacy progressed throughout CAW, especially for how much I know you, I put you up there. You most definitely changed your style a lot. And one thing that made Undertaker, Kurt Angle, I don't want to say Stone Cold, but Kurt, Undertaker, Jericho, you have to elevate, you have to change your style, because if you don't, you get boring, people will be okay, you know. So that's most definitely one of those. Man, this is a good question. I can only think of 2, to be honest. I mean, I haven't seen Lee's work a lot, but I've seen Dylan's work, so but so far I guess it's just those 2 for now. I don't really yeah. I mean, I would say Brian Pillman Jr., but yeah, I mean he only does stuff in Extreme Virtual Pro Wrestling, so yeah.
How are you disrespecting James Blackman? How are you doing that?
Well, I haven't seen James' work too. I mean, I only seen him in HWA. I mean, you have to be all around. So, yeah.
Oh, well.
I haven't seen the stuff in 3W yet. So.
Yeah. Who said I'm signing him back anyway?
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be all around.
Yeah.
I'm just not that type of guy, and I honestly don't have the amount of time to put into a lot of different feds and stuff like that.
I tried to video fest. I tried to do.
Yeah, like for promo work, I seen a lot. I can name a couple for promos. I appreciate the same thing that me and Drew have, but for Mountain Rushmore, I think it's like all about legacy wrestling, promo look. Mountain Rushmore, man, that's a great. I'm pretty sure everybody has a really good Mountain Rushmore in wrestling in general. Real quick, Dylan, who's your Mountain Rushmore of wrestling? Like in pro wrestling.
Wrestling. Okay, that's Jericho, Stone Cold, CM Punk. I don't care what people say. CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Triple H. And
That's it. Only get 4. That's it.
My 4, man. That's my 4.
Yeah.
That's like my top 4.
Drew, what's yours?
Taker, HBK, Flair, Kurt Angle.
James, who's your 4?
Ric Flair, Ric Flair, Ric Flair, Ric Flair.
I knew that was happening. I knew that.
Man, listen, this guy, man, I'm telling you, there's nobody like this guy, man. No, but really, I'll say Ric Flair, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, and I want to say Booker T. Okay. And the reason why I choose Booker T, if you watch his movements in the ring, this guy was so. I take that back. I'm gonna say Randy Orton.
I'm gonna be using it.
But honorable mentions will be Booker T and Brock Lesnar for honorable mentions.
He held Thunder down. I give him that. Booker T held Thunder down. I mean,
he's so smooth. He's the smoothest wrestler alive.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the thing that stands out to me about guys, the way they move in the ring. And I think Randy Orton and Booker T, those two guys, their movements is just like they were just born to do this.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Katrina, who's your Mount Rushmore?
HBK. John Cena.
Boo.
I mean, hey, that's a great pick.
Listen, I'm going off of his body of work. He's been around a long time. I'm gonna add Randy. And I can interchange The Rock with Kurt Angle depending on what I'm looking for at that day. So like Kurt Angle all around is amazing, but then like The Rock in regards to always like he has a lot of entertaining moments for me throughout wrestling, me watching it. So I can kind of switch the two of them, but HBK is like my number one person, and then the other ones is just like you're there. But
the showstopper.
There, yeah.
MJ, who you got?
I mean, I'm kind of shocked no one said him, but I'm going to go with Randy Savage.
Oh.
I'm going to go with CM Punk. Then I'm going to go with HBK. And finally, so Savage, CM Punk, HBK. Oh, AJ Styles.
Oh, that's a good one. Good one.
I would consider AJ putting up now.
AJ.
Now I would. If it was 10 years ago, I wouldn't. But now, I'd probably put AJ.
I like what AJ does in the ring. I'm not 1,000% sold on his promo work, but his ring work is what won me over most.
His promo work is because of that fake accent that he just can't get rid of.
So what do you guys?
He's smooth though. He is smooth
though. I will give him that.
What do you guys think about this news with CM Punk signing with AEW?
Dude, I'm gonna go crazy if it actually happens.
It's about time.
So
I agree.
My top 3 in all-time wrestling is CM Punk, Stone Cold, and Chris Jericho.
Interesting.
It used to be Stone Cold at one, but CM Punk, I followed his entire career, and I'm a huge fucking Punk fan.
I am too. So he number one for me.
I'm gonna make a prediction. A lot of people are going to be extremely disappointed with CM Punk's in-ring work once he returns.
Ooh, we were talking about that too. Me and Katrina, we were like,
I'm not even just talking about the ring rust, but he's aged. If you look at his face, he's aged. And this is just my personal belief, but I don't think he can get it done the way that he used to. I guarantee you he's going to probably have lost a step.
Drew, did you share the Skype link to the guy, to the public? Oh, no.
He's on from wrestling since 2014, I believe.
What did I do?
Drew, I think you need to
My phone just got taken. All right.
I think you need to delete that Skype link post before we got people joining in on us on Skype and not on the YouTube. So yeah.
But
The one thing about Punk I will say though is even if he does lose a step in the ring, he does have a second hustle by going to the manager
Fucking shared the wrong link.
or to broadcast.
dude,
So-
I want to see him and MGF promo battle. That's what
I'm ready for it.
All right,
That's-
guys, we're about to start. Okay. Sorry to cut this off short.
Okay.
All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2. What's good, everyone? Welcome to the EFBC panel discussion, episode 3. Yo, we made it to 3 episodes, man. 3 episodes. This is gonna be. This is serious right now. We're being very consistent right now. So we're on episode 3. Today's topic is about CAW development. So CAW, create a wrestler, development and believability, which is very important, especially in EFED, CAW, 2K. And we got a special guest for y'all. We got Dylan Mason in the house.
I gotta set my Dylan Mason. There we go. A little darker. Are we better now? There we go.
And also, we got a new addition to the EFBC panel discussion. We got the homie Katrina in the house.
Hey, everybody.
Bow down to the first lady.
So, a little bit about everyone, starting with Katrina. What's up? How did you get into this? And tell us a little bit about yourself and why do people feel that you should be here right now?
Well, I do a few things because my life's very busy, but like I'm a writer, so I write for other people. I write fiction, I write wrestling articles, and I interview wrestlers, and I do backstage interviews. So that's like my wrestling stuff. I just joined Women's Wrestling Talk, which is like another network with all women who talk about wrestling. So that's pretty cool. And that's probably like a short version of what I do. As far as how I got into CAW, well, you're the reason. So you introduced me to CAW in 2019 and had me watch a bunch of shows, including yours. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like, I have my favorites. And Dylan, you're actually one of them. I just told him this earlier. I was like, I actually like the way your gimmick is. And it takes a lot to impress me. So I liked you from the first episode I saw of you on XPW, and I was like, all right, this guy is cool, and he has red hair, and that's kind of awesome too. So, mostly I think, if anything, because I'm not directly involved with as far as owning a promotion or making storylines, so I can probably give my thoughts without being biased. I might be a bit biased for my favorites because I do have my favorites in XPPW. There's quite a few that I really, really like, but I feel like I can just be non-biased, so it won't be like ego talking. It's just like, this is what I'm seeing from an objective standpoint as a viewer. So I feel like that's what I bring to EFBC.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And Dylan, among everybody who can pull off the black and white vignette that's been out ever since God knows when, you're the only one who can actually pull it off. Because I feel nowadays, and we're going to talk about this, is that whole black and white, everyone, stop. Just stop it right now. Dylan's probably the only one who can really pull it off. But I know now you don't really use the whole black and white vignette type style now. You cut that off.
Yeah, I thought it was time to, like, I've gone away from it before, but that was before I really created an image for myself, and like now I have the ring light, and with that it's just so much better, and my eyes pop, and that's so important because I speak so much with my eyes as Mason that it's so important. You see it, you see that the anger, you see the pissed offness, and now I finally have that, and I was like, okay, I used purple light for a bit, but this phone doesn't want to use the fucking purple light, so it changes back to normal.
Yeah.
So now I just embrace that, and now you can see my gingerness, my glory,
We get to see that beautiful orange hair, man.
Exactly. So, and it worked.
You have songs.
Why the fuck not? Why would you do that? I can do the black and white. Easy. And I'm the one actually that brought it back in a 2K thing. But it's done. It's over. That part is done. It's way better if you see the color of my eyes and my hair and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's just intense, especially as
detail.
It's all about the detail.
I mean, you say detail, but someone, I don't remember who it was, but it wasn't 3Dub, said my hair is a character on its own.
Your hair?
Yeah, my hair is a character on its own. Just my hair, because
that sounds like something Brooke Phillips would say.
It was not Brooke Phillips. It wasn't. No. But yeah, I mean, XVPW will see a different side of Mason because, Max asked me shit like months in advance, and I've gotten better in that time period.
Yeah. So for guys who don't know, especially, we're gonna talk about what we've been up to and what you guys should check out. Dylan is actually gonna be participating in the first ever XVPW's Intercontinental Grand Prix Cup tournament, where he'll be representing the country who does not really care, the country that he doesn't really care about, which is the Netherlands. Dylan will be representing the Netherlands in this Intercontinental Grand Prix Cup tournament, and his round one will be Will Ospreay from the United Kingdom. So this will be an interesting round one. I'm ready rooting for Will Ospreay just because I like Will Ospreay. Sorry, Dylan. I'm sorry.
I'll drop him on his head one time and it's over.
But yeah, before we talk about before we interview Dylan and whatnot, what's been up with the EFBC channel and their stuff that you guys should be checking out? MJ, what can people be looking forward to?
Man, we got a lot of things coming up soon. We've got coming up this Wednesday, actually, Mr. James Black and the Blacklist coming up this Wednesday, which is July 28th. So, Mr. Black, you want to give us the details on what's going on with that?
Well, first of all, I want to say this is going to be a special day because it's not just the return of the Blacklist, but it's going to be Logan Black's birthday. So I'm going to dedicate this show to my son, who has just started in EFED, and he's doing a wonderful job. I think he's probably one of the most athletic guys on the roster, to be honest with you. But I, for one, am excited to bring back my podcast. This was very near and dear to me during my first tenure in 3Dub. And I believe that we made a lot of waves. We hit a lot of glass ceilings and probably even broke a few with this podcast. So I'm looking to get a lot of participation. There's already quite a few guys who want to be featured on the show. And I look to get as many featured as possible. We're going to go over storylines. We're going to go over power rankings. We're going to talk about what's to come with 3Dub and a lot of different other things. So if you guys are affiliated with 3Dub specifically, you definitely want to watch this show. But I also don't want to just have the Blacklist stop at 3Dub. We're going to reach out. We're going to do a little bit of work with some other EFEDs and whatnot. And I definitely look to feature some of the most popular stars. For example, we have Dylan Mason here. We have a guy just won the world championship over in 3Dub. Everyone here probably knows him, and everyone watching probably knows him as well. Sander Cool. Regardless of what people may think or how they may feel about him, this guy just does not stop. So he deserves the shine and recognition that he's getting, in my opinion. But completely aside from that, you guys are going to love the Blacklist.
Dope. Drew, what can people look forward to? I know you have a takedown coming up, right?
Yes, we do a little break after our bigger pay-per-views for a week. So we will see it on August 3rd. Be looking for that. San Diego, it's going to be sunshine and good times. So be there.
Nice. And also, relating to 3Dub, guys, if you haven't yet, I interviewed Sander Cool on EFBC's live and direct. I've been doing. I'm gonna start doing little interviews and all that stuff just to, like I said, to help the freaking community. Yes, I help the community, guys. I know. XVP don't only name drops and all that shit. Like, no, I actually help the community. So, my first interview was actually with the 3-dub undisputed champion, Sander Cool. Make sure to check that out. And something about XVP related, I'm still working on the Intercontinental Grand Prix Cup tournament. And I have the exact dates, everyone. It's going to be a 3-night tournament that's going to happen on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and January 2nd, which is Intercontinental Incident, which will be the semifinals and the finals. Hopefully we see Dylan Mason there, but you know what? We got Will Ospreay, so I am banking on Will Ospreay to win this. And hopefully we get some EFBC coverage on that, so that'd be pretty cool.
But when you need to disappoint, doesn't win, you know. It's such a shit. I mean, you can pray to like any fucking god you believe in, but Will Ospreay, it's nothing on Mace.
Can I ask a question here? Let's go back to this comment about Sander Cool. Is he really the undisputed champion?
He is, buddy.
No, you know I never lost that strap, sir.
So
I have a dispute. I'm just saying. We'll let him carry that title and call himself undisputed champion. I never lost that strap. I hope you're watching. You're watching.
United States Championship. I never lost.
You never lost the strap?
All right. Come on, men.
Now,
Come on, men. We have women in the building right now. So, Katrina, I know you don't have nothing on the EFBC channel, but do we have stuff to look forward to in your YouTube channel, which is In Cat We Trust?
I like that.
I have a few wrestling interviews coming up. I just did one with a set of twins a few days ago. It aired Saturday or Friday. It aired on Friday, which was pretty cool. I do a bunch of stuff besides wrestling on there, so it's like nerdy type anime and comics and movies. I do that kind of stuff, so that's on my channel, and then I will be doing backstage interviews at a show in August. So that's what I have coming up.
That's what's up. And also, me and MJ are working with Katrina because now she's gonna be doing some EFED panel discussions on her own, but we do need a panel. And, you know, outside of us, we want this strictly just to become a women's thing, just to get that women's perspective, because there is women in CAW. So it's going to be on Wednesday. Why? Women Wednesday. You guys get it? So, guys, if you want, gals, if you want to apply and if you think you got what it takes to represent the women and host with Katrina to do a panel discussion like this, email us. Don't DM us. Email us at the EFED Broadcasting Channel at gmail.com.
It's EFED Broadcast Channel at gmail.com.
Yes.
That's for you. That's for you, Athena. I hope Athena is watching.
Yes.
This is your spot right here.
Don't DM us. Maybe Drew will reply. I don't know. But to get the official, to qualify and to do all that, if you guys want to take, email us because
EFED Broadcast Channel at gmail.com.
I mean, not all hair, so yeah.
All right, so let's get to talking with Dylan and about the topic of today, guys. It's CAW development and believability. Dylan, what do you think about CAW development and believability?
Well, how I started was as someone that thought this was a joke. I'm really honest. I saw it on a wrestling page, and I was like, this is a joke. This has to be a joke. This seems to be hilarious. Fuck it, I'll try it. Because a friend of mine said, just try it. And I fucking fell in love with it. But believability in your promo work is so fucking good. Facial expressions is one of those things that you learn over time. I learned it over time. to make it seem realistic. Because in the end, this is acting.
Mhm.
This is a form of acting. And if you don't have that down, I lose attention. I lose attention when I don't see someone that I believe in what they say, in what they do, and how they act. So you need to have a voice for yourself. You need to have a look. I mean, look at James Black. He looks like a goddamn star. You know?
I am.
He looks like he's
In
about to
fact,
sell
I'm
me
a
a
mega
car
star.
right now.
You're the star maker, the dream catcher, wrestling god. I know. You need to have something special, something new. And that's why in the beginning, because in the first 3 months that I started this, I was already in an admin group. Why? Because, I don't know, I'm someone that is very honest, and people need that in their lives sometimes. And I told new people that came into the game, don't be a dark character. Don't just be a beast. Don't just be the generic thing. Go out of the box and create something new. And one of the best examples I have on that is Rainbow Wolf. Because in the beginning, he wanted to be more dark. He is now, but he created his own version of it. But he did something that no one has done since, in my opinion. And that's create a character that's not dark, it's not a heel, not an asshole, but it's a fun, loving, dancing, singing, and whatever the hell you can think of, rainbow individual. He ran with that. Became something truly special. That is very important in the development of your character. Be creative. Go out of the box. Do something that you don't see. Because there's 50,000 fucking dark characters that all talk like this. And I will kill you. And I lost interest. It's gone. There's no interest anymore. It's such an important thing. And same with the beast. You can be a beast. You can be a big fucking guy that's just absolutely insanely strong as shit. You need to create something around it, something that makes it special, something that makes it intriguing.
Correct.
So I guess that's my opinion on it, I guess.
All right, I have a question. I have a question here.
Okay.
Do you remember your first? I have two questions actually. First question: do you remember your first promo? If so, can you tell us about it? Second question: do you have to warm up to do promos, or is this something? And I ask this with all due respect because, in my opinion, you're one of the greatest promo artists I've ever seen. But are you able to turn it on and off when you get ready, or do you have to warm up?
First question. Yes, I remember my first ever promo. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I called myself the Glorious Ginger God because
I wish there was footage of this, and I hope he still saved it.
Max really wants that name to come back, but I use that because it's my artist name as a singer. I was very cocky, heelish figure, kind of like a punk, like a CM Punk. And I dropped it in the second promo. I immediately dropped it. I was called Dylan Mason, but I immediately dropped it and became a very, very, very old version by now of Dylan Mason. The crazy, insane figure that I used to be, the more Joker-ish. But that first promo was completely different. And I dropped it the second promo immediately. And on the second question, I can go as Mason at any time. If you want me to be Mason now, I'll react as Mason. No problems whatsoever. I press the camera, play, and it's done.
Great. I'm glad you said that because before we end this, I would like for you to give these people a sample of what we're talking about when we say that Dylan Mason is on our Mount Rushmore. If you can, if you don't mind, give us a sample before we end. Not now.
We'll do that towards the end of this.
Everybody to watch the entire show. They have to watch the entire show to get a bit of what we see that's on our Mount Rushmore.
The bonus.
No problem whatsoever.
We'll get that towards the end of this. So I got to Dylan. Now, outside of promos and all that stuff, the CAW itself, the Creator Wrestler, the 2K, Do you remember when I was actually talking to you on Messenger, and I was like creating your character, and I was like, you gotta give me the Viking hair, and I'm like, I don't have the Viking hair, Dylan. I where is it? I don't know where it is. No, I need the Viking hair, Max. And I'm like, all right. No, I'm like looking through it and all that stuff. I'm like, is this it? And all that stuff. So I do my best in Extreme Virtual Pro Wrestling to make sure the CAW looks exactly like the person who's doing the fucking video, because that's the most important thing in XVPW since day one of me doing this.
Very, very important.
And yeah, so I don't know if everybody does this, but do you guys do this to make sure that the CAW looks exactly like the person in the video? Starting with Drew, since you own 3Dub.
If it's, you know what, if it's already close enough, and I'm like, all right, it needs a little bit more work to make it a little bit better, I might do that. But if a call is submitted to me and they're way far away, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna go through that extent and go through all that, because I could do that with a few people. So I don't do it all the time, but I do sometimes, yeah.
Yeah. MJ, how about you, man?
Man, look, I tried my best with my roster, and look, I had like a hard drive delete on my PlayStation, and it just kind of wiped all of my calls out, and I had to go back and recreate everybody.
That's
and I was like, yo, this. So I pretty much had to do it from memory and from what they told me, and like, ooh. And I'll be like, hey man, is this close enough? They're like, is this it? Is this? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, But I kind of found out what that's like when just recently I kind of told you guys about another Fed called DTKA, and they was making a call for me because I don't have an Xbox. And so they were making my call, and dude was like, yo, is this it? And he kept coming back with, is this it? Is this it? And I'm like, man, dog, yo, it's good. No. It's good, but it's good enough, because I don't want to bother you. I know as a creator myself, I'm like how it is to keep hitting somebody up, and you don't want to keep bothering them, and it seems like, you fucking up their day. Excuse my language, but that's just who I am. But you don't want to seem like you're fucking up their day. So it's a catch-22 situation.
True. Like for me in general, I will create a call. I will edit a call. If you don't have a call, I will do because it's like a flow. Like when I do a show, it's like, okay, try to make it real as possible, to the point where if a person watches Dylan's promo, holy shit, then the minute you go to that match, oh, he looks exactly like, because I want to keep that. I remember when I interviewed Rob Roman from NEW, and we did an interview, and he's like, yo, when I watch your show, like, that looks like, that's crazy, to make the call look exactly like you. And I think there's a few now that I can say that, wow, this person actually really worked on his call. One of them being John Awesome. Looks exactly like his freaking call. Cody Omega. I don't know if you guys seen Cody Omega's call. Looks exactly like Cody Omega. He even, the suit he wears.
What up, Cody?
Yeah.
Oh, he's in the chat? Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, shout out to Cody Omega. But yeah, the fact the time that if you're really working on your call, that gives me the idea of that this guy really worked on his character and that he's serious about his character, and like,
hey, I remember when Awesome was starting in 3Dub, and he sent me his call, and I got him, and I told him, I was like, I just got your guy, we're all good to go. And he was like, hold on a second, and he came back in like maybe 15 minutes. Was like, I just got the mutton chops, so we're all good now. He went and shaved and made sure he had the mutton chops, so he matched his character. I was like, that's beautiful.
Funny.
And let me say this also. I don't have a federation or a league or anything like that, but what I've noticed is that the EFED world, at times mirrors the actual professional wrestling world. There were times in our chat where we were writing storylines, and the things that we were writing were actually happening on TV the next week, and we're trying to find out who's leaking the ideas. But that being said, if you notice in the real professional wrestling world, a lot of those hokey gimmicks, they're gone. Bastion Booger, Duke the Dumpster Drozy, those Big Boss Man, those gimmicks are gone. The guys who are over are the guys who are a small exaggeration of themselves. Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. These guys are small, exaggerated. Well, maybe not Brock. He's probably that way all the way around. But most of everyone else, there's slight exaggeration of their actual selves. And in my opinion, it's much easier for your call to be believable, as we're talking about here, if that call mirrors yourself. We were talking to Brett the other day, and his daughter, 5, 6 years old, saw me on camera, not my call. She saw me, and you know what she said? Hey, that's James Black. That is what I'm aiming for. That is what I believe everyone that's watching in the EFED community should be aiming for. They shouldn't just recognize your call. They shouldn't just recognize your face. They should recognize you both simultaneously at the same time as the same person.
That was one of my goals with creating this. I got kind of tired of my guys just being only recognized by me. Like, why should I be your only fan? Like, shout out to OnlyFans. But why should I be your only fan in this process when we're sitting here spending so much time with one another? Like, man, some of these guys do some good work, and you guys don't even know who half the guys on my roster is, and I don't know who half the guys on your roster is. So that's what the whole purpose of this was for us to, branch out and just, get to know each other more and understand more.
True. Katrina,
I'm sorry. A lot of that falls on the individual themselves to be noticed outside of their federation. A lot of that falls on that individual. I was talking to Sander earlier this week, and he posted a clip of what led up to him winning the championship. Everyone that he tagged in the video had already seen the video. I'm saying to him, this is your opportunity to show, to make your entire household your fan club. This is the opportunity to get them come and cheer you and see that you won the biggest strap in the industry. Your neighbors, your friends, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews. It's not just about the people that are on the Facebook page. Yeah, that's when you get to the point to where you're mailing T-shirts to people who cheer you on. Yeah. You're sending birthday cards to your fans. It's so much more than just what happens on the Facebook page. And I think the time that people realize that, and this is a step in what we're doing with this panel, is a big part of that. We're pushing the EFED industry into the next generation. And I think once the superstars themselves realize that, they'll start advertising themselves outside of the Facebook page, outside of the industry. Or they'll get a T-shirt made with their car on it, and start sending them around. All your friends are wearing your face on their shirt. There's so much more you guys can do than just liking and commenting and promoting. Yeah, it's a real business here, guys.
Katrina, what do you think of a person looking like their exact CAW as much as possible?
I put my promos and stuff. I put it on my real page. I have a tab under the Dylan Mason stuff. Also, some fun stuff with El Flape. He's a Mexican luchador. But I put this stuff on there, and I have people that don't even like wrestling that love to see my stuff. Right. And I have people that actually wait until I drop a new video and then watch that, and that's absolutely fucking incredible. That's fantastic. Created this sort of fan club or whatever for Mason. It's fantastic. I still need a shirt. I still need a good logo. I need a logo guy that can create a logo for me.
Get him a logo. Somebody.
Catchphrases are important, guys.
Katrina, what do you think?
T-shirts printed.
The moment I have that, I'm going to press that on the back of the jacket that I wear in character. Mm-hmm. So the logo's going to be on there, but it's also going to be my jacket for performing as a band. Because Mason is going to be more than just that. Mason is going to be also in my band. I wrote a song, Sublime, that is just about fucking Mason. And when we eventually recorded, because we had a lot of problems, COVID, no bassist and all that shit. But when we recorded,
I play bass, man. Sign me. I play bass, man.
come to the Netherlands. We have our own studio. It's a fantastic fucking music studio. But yeah, like the moment that we have that, we're going to create a video clip, and it's going to be about Mace. It is going to be about Mace, because even my band, they don't even like wrestling, but they do like the shit that I put like online. So I'm looking to like broaden everything, but I need the goddamn logo for the jacket.
You yourself are a whole brand just on your own, and so is everyone else on the roster. They just don't know it yet.
They don't know it yet because they don't like try that shit and whatever. Also, I appreciate you being here, Cody Omega. He sent me a message. Great fucking guy. I used to hate him, and he knows that. I used to hate him, but now he's a fucking cool guy. He's running HSW North at the moment. It's not 2K, but he's doing a fantastic fucking job. Like the most hardcore, violent shit you've seen. I'm going to be in like the main event next week for the world title. It's going to be fucking fantastic. But
that's what's up, man. So I know you're also part of a couple of promo groups in Facebook. One of them is actually making a lot of noise these past few weeks, or even less than a month. And you're also part, I believe, of a promo faction, and it's in Outcast Elite Wrestling.
Yes, I actually have. I'll show that.
Yeah.
Because I have a real championship of a real Fed that I won from a judged competition.
That's tight.
Yeah, not Cody, Dylan is part of a group which I believe has Corey Heck, him. Yeah, there it is, right there. And the
Carnage Championship is actually heavy as fuck because it's real.
That's what's up. Can you tell us a little bit about Outcast Elite Wrestling, and I believe your faction's called Paragon?
Yes, Paragon, yeah. So OEW, like, I don't even like judging. I don't like judging promos and all that shit. But I did it as a favor for Lee Jones and Candice because they are my friends. And we had this tournament, the Global Carnage Championship tournament. And I was the final boss that you needed to defeat to get the title. But I won, so I got the title instead. I've held it now since October. But what they do in OEW is create real titles that actually get sent your way. You don't have to pay anything for it. Like, I even got paid extra because it was whole through customs, because it's understandable. It's a heavy as fuck thing. And you have now the amateur championship, I believe. That one is for Jack Harvey. He has it in his fucking home. You have the elite championship that used to be Bison's. You have a couple more. And now the women's championship also has been created and will be a tournament for that. It's insane. And that's what OEW kind of does is like putting that bar higher than it's ever been in EFED. Because, yeah, you had some, like, there has been feds with championships, but they weren't real championships. They were like, a little bit created here and there, like just a little bit.
This is fucking cardboard, like I saw one guy getting ready to do. Chris Harris.
Yeah, well, exactly. This is real. This is fucking real. And every title that they send to people is real.
So not to stir any controversy and whatnot, but I want to get people talking. So don't you feel in general that because I know from what I've seen personally, it's all done on Facebook. All right, so now you got the championship. That solidifies yourself as, okay, this is a legit thing, right? Why not branch out to YouTube and make it bigger?
It's not my thing to do.
Like, has that ever been in talks of like these past few months of having? Because I know there's so many promo groups out there on Facebook. But why doesn't one person take the initiative and say, hey, let's make this a real thing? We already got championships built, right? But why not branch it out to YouTube and make it bigger? Because YouTube has such a big platform, and now, but why?
More problems, and that's copyright strikes and all that shit. It will be way more. Yeah, it's easier to get copyright strikes if you go on YouTube than Facebook. Although Facebook is a bitch nowadays as well.
Yeah, I mean Facebook, you can't curse nowadays. I mean, you have to watch what you fucking say. But I know, because I know you're very gifted in videography. I know a lot of people are branching out to making these cool little entrances with copyrighted music and whatnot. But don't you think making it official now to say, hey, if we're going to take this seriously, because we already I'm pretty sure the person who made the damn championship spent that's a legit championship. That costs a lot of money to make. So why doesn't that person just say, hey, let's branch out to YouTube. Let's make this a really official thing,
I mean, that's a talk you need to have with the owner of that, Not my decision. I'm just a competitor. I'm a talent. And I'm the champion, and I've been that since October, and I've defended it countless times. But it's not on me. Mm-hmm. I just what I need to do, and that's drop 3 hypes and 1 match promo, and after it gets judged, and I either win or I lose.
That's true.
Now, one of the things that when he said that, have you ever heard of a URL like rap battle, like battle rap or anything like that?
Yeah.
So you guys can kind of do you guys promo league something similar to that, where you guys, even something like how we have it here, you guys work on you guys promos over the week or 2 weeks. You get on the screen and you just go.
There is actually a Fed that does live promos.
That's actually pretty dope. Live.
And then problem with live is if you have a character that like uses props and all that kind of shit, or just creating a stat, that's going to be more difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take 1, take 2, piecing it together, things like that. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's going to be more difficult, especially for the darker characters or for the ones that are very that need to show that they're in fucking Japan or whatever.
Believability.
It's the believability.
Believability. And if you take that away and just do live promo, you're just trash talk. Yeah. There's no.
And I think that's something that I'm glad to see that the EFL world is getting away from, which is just trash talk.
It's trash talk.
The thing that I love, and this is about your car being realistic. I'm James Black wherever I go. I was James Black at church today. I'm going to be James Black when I go to work tomorrow. I did a promo a while back. I was feuding with Russell franchise. And I literally had somebody follow me around with a camera at church. And I'm walking around asking everyone, hey, do you know who Russell franchise is? And everybody's saying no. And it's making him look like an idiot. While I got all these people watching me with the camera trying to figure out what is this guy doing. But it turned out amazing. I'm James Black wherever I go. And that's something that you can do with these believable characters, especially when your car looks exactly like you. I can only imagine when you step on stage with your band and you tie that into your car. I can only imagine that that's going to be amazing.
So I have what you call it. So there's going to be a part 2 to this CAW development and believability. But Katrina, do you have any tips or stuff just for looks alone in creating a wrestler? Do you have any thoughts or response to that?
Well, you already know. I've told you this before. I think in like the beginning when I first met you, there was like 2 dudes. Or like when you started doing that One Night Delight, that I was like, this looks nothing like the guy doing the promo, and I completely got turned off of watching it. I was just like, okay, I'm good. I don't like this person. Might have been a good promo person, but the first thing I'm like, you're in like a t-shirt with like, I'm seeing your couch, but then your CAW is like this super buff badass guy. So where's the connection there? And while I get that obviously CAW is not real. So if you got like a couple of muscles or abs, whatever, that's fine. But it was such a stark difference that I was like, nah, I'm over it. And you know how I am. So I just was like, no, I need to look at the call and be like, all right, at least I know who this person is, which means now if I see this call, automatically I associate that call with the person doing the promo. So I feel like, again, the goal should be like you want the call community, but you want to get somebody like me to watch your show as well. So what are you doing that I'm not somebody who's hard in the call world. I'm somebody who's, I would say, I guess, a casual wrestling fan. I'm a casual call person. I might, like, if something's interesting, I will probably watch it. If something's like, this stood out about this person, which is what I liked about you, Dylan. When I saw, I was like, okay, well, this is kind of getting like Aleister Black a little bit, and I love Aleister Black, and I'm like, all right, I like what I'm seeing with this. Let's see. Now I'm like behind to the point where Max knows when I really like a call, I will like get mad if anybody beats the call, and I'm like, first of all, what is this? Like, why did you have this person beat my favorite call person? Why are we doing this today? Like, he knows that's how I get about my favorite calls. So you're like up there for me as far as like, I'm probably now gonna get upset if you lose because I consider you one of my favorites now, because I believed that, okay, well, you legit look like this guy who probably just want to kick some ass really quick and dip. And I'm cool with that. So I feel like that's the biggest thing is like your promo should also translate to the way you look. And I'm not sitting here really like, wait, who is this guy again? Like if I'm the first time watching a call show. Yeah. Like you mentioned earlier that channel. And I did tell you, I was like, okay, I was really impressed with that match. Like, if I didn't know anything about Call before then, I would have watched that and been like, okay, you might earn your subscription. Like, off of that alone, it was really entertaining. I was entertained. There was a good storytelling. And what I didn't show the guys live, like how you do your promos live, just hearing the promos and the storytelling and everything worked for me. That I wasn't a fan before, I am now. So I feel like that's always the biggest thing. Just it has to translate over from the YouTube channel or translate over from the laptop, wherever somebody's watching it. It needs to translate over. If there's a live person doing these promos and now I'm watching like live, promo packages, okay, make me believe you're this person. If you're trying to get somebody who's just a casual call fan, like, okay, this is entertaining, I'll watch it. Or I'll subscribe, or whatever the case may be.
That should be every superstar's goal, is to get the casual viewers' attention. That should be, you should definitely, and I wanted to touch on, I didn't get a chance to throw it out there. Don't rely on your owners. Don't rely on the Fed owners to make you look like you, because I don't want to sit here on Facebook and look at 30 pictures of you and try to figure out how I'm going to do that to your eyebrow.
Yeah, that's what I do, yo. Oh my God, you just called me out at it, yo. I remember.
Because that's what happens. That's what we do, isn't it? You got to sit there and you look like a fool, like studying these people, and just do your best to. If you have to stand in front of a mirror while you're making your call, if it takes you 3 days, whatever it takes, make it look good.
It'll show us that you care, first of all. Yeah. It'll show us that you care. And I remember I was very anal when I did season 1 of XCPW. I'm like, yo, make sure you keep your shirt in my freaking like little drawer right there. Because the same shirt you're going to wear in your promo is going to be the same shirt you're going to wear the day of your freaking match. Nice. Dylan got it correct. Like, he kept that black shirt. In every promo he did for XBPW, he kept that black shirt. And he always kept that. He made sure his hair was braided that day. He made sure that he wore the same necklace, the same jewelry. And I'm like, and I remember when I was making his guy or editing his guy, he's like, yeah, so that's my outfit I'm going to wear for the whole entire thing. I'm like, thank you. Because, see, that's when you know when a person got it, Because Dylan has it.
Last week we talked about that. You just know. By those little details like that. Yeah.
Can I say something? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dylan.
Oh, Dylan had to say something. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Max, you noticed, but no longer I'm wearing that vest. The last video I sent you, the vest is gone.
Yeah, it is.
And I'll show like when I need to promo here, I will wear my actual attire because that's my new attire. Mm-hmm. But I understand completely. Like, it needs to be believable. I used to just wear wrestling shirts and do a promo. That was like my first year, my second year. Not sure. Usually just wore hoodies that said like "Get Dead" or whatever. It's like really punk, really metal. because that's the type of guy I am. That's the type of guy Mason is. But over time, Mason transformed into something else. It's like I need something. I can't just throw on a wrestling shirt or whatever. It doesn't work anymore. And I saw I had a vest with like Rock Rebel behind it, and I was like, this could work because it makes me more sophisticated. That's when I actually started talking more sophisticated and less crazy. And eventually I want to evolve that. And that's the thing with what Max said as well. I evolved. And now I have a completely different fucking look, a completely different jacket and shit. Fun thing is, I bought that to do a Viking gimmick. And I bought it from Wish. It was way too fucking small. It was like an XL, like Asian size, and it was so fucking small.
Oh man!
And then I thought, you know what? And this was like half year later, after I bought that shit. What if I just cut off the like sleeves? What if I just do that? And it works. My new fucking outfit was created. My new like look was created just by doing that. And I usually just have my hair like a little bit wet, like this. About it.
So I want to add this also about believability. When you guys are doing your promos, and I'm pretty sure everyone on this panel will say the same thing. Stop walking around with the camera.
Oh yes! Oh my God!
Yeah. With the camera. Make sure you have good quality first of all.
Get a tripod.
Great quality camera. Stop walking around with the camera. Sit the camera down, just like this. Just like this. Sit the camera down, look into the camera, say whatever it is that you want to say. Don't post anything. If you don't give yourself chills, don't post it.
I'll give you one better. It's not expensive. Buy a ring light. It's a game changer.
Oh yeah, lighting and filming is probably all right. So I don't know if people notice in general, but when you're doing a video and whatnot, or if you're a content creator, and I believe every content creator can understand this, is it's always gonna be sound, lights. It's sound, lights, and video. Sound, lights, video. Lighting is probably the second bit important because you can get a very 16 megapixel camera, and if you have good lighting, that's all you need. The third one is the camera and whatnot. But it's always gonna be sound because you hear your ears is what's gonna be like, okay. Like I'm pretty sure when people listen to the podcast, they'll be like, yeah, the sound is pretty good. You hear a little less acoustic and whatnot, but if you sound like, people's not gonna like that. Like, okay, I'm turning this off right now. They see the visual, but like, oh man, my ears hurt. What the fuck? All right, they're gonna shut it off.
Your ears are the taste buds to video.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
I pay
let that sink in.
I paid €40 for this ring light a couple of months ago, and I couldn't be happier. My whole like look is just better. The quality is so much higher than just using a fucking light on your face.
Yeah.
So I will tell it to everyone: buy a fucking ring light. You don't need a green screen.
Buy a ring light.
You can create your own background. I know not everyone agrees with that, like Max, but you can create your own background.
Oh, yeah.
You can create your own vibe, your environment. I had a short 3-4 months that I was a cannibal type Hannibal character. And I was sitting at my kitchen. Because that works. You're a fucking cannibal, you sit at the kitchen. It works. You can create your own aesthetic.
Yeah.
But a ring light is fucking a must. It's just a must-have now.
All right.
Now, I want to say this and correct myself earlier too. If you're going to be walking around, have somebody else holding the camera following you.
That works, yes.
Yep.
All right.
Now,
so part
let me
two.
add
Go ahead.
one thing to the believability thing, guys. Because one of the things that bothers me is don't go changing up your look every week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let the
true.
person gravitate to your look. Let them fall in love with your look. Let them fall in love with your music.
Yeah.
Because those things that what's the word? That consistency is what people fall in love with.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cena went with that same jorts and
and it stuck.
shirt, and people loved it.
biggest pop.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. We didn't love it.
Well,
No, we
All right.
We
So,
accepted it.
so
Not us.
yeah,
Not love
not
it.
us. We didn't love it, but
that's what he's known for, and it still
Right.
sells. Yeah.
he's known for his jorts and his colorful.
I mean,
fucking
similar
t-shirt.
to Hogan with the yellow and red. Okay, let's drop that. Let's stick to black and white.
when
Boom.
Savage had the robe, it was the robe and the drawers. Then it was the the tights, the black tights, and the nice black and white shirt. Man,
All right, so moving on outside of look and everything, outside of the visuals, I want to talk about the moveset. And this is where I think this was gonna really grind my gears a little bit. All right, so I remember I made a post not too long ago. I think, and I did multiple posts about this.
I
Is
remember this.
why is your CAW wearing kick pads if you're not freaking kicking? Oh my god, it irks my soul when I see
I remember.
a lot of people rocking the kick pads in their CAWs, but
It
when I
looks
look
cool,
at them,
bro.
when I look at their moveset, it's like not one single kick was thrown, you know,
Absolutely.
and it makes me a little upset. Or like when I ask a person, okay, what's your wrestling style like? Oh, I'm a technician, and that's about it. Like, I like old school, technician with the suplexes. All right, I download his CAW. What do I see? Flips.
Flipping.
A bunch of
Exactly.
freaking flips. And I'm like, and I'm looking at myself like, you're supposed to be like very educated in wrestling a little bit to understand that what the styles are, but not a single rest hold on this person, not a single rest hold on the CAW. And I'm like, all right, I'm downloading your CAW, and to me, if you're an XGPW, I'm editing your whole entire moveset and changing your move pool around just to make sure your CAW looks like it's supposed to do in the ring. And I remember
Absolutely.
when me and Dylan were working on his character, he's like, all right, I know his CAW is mostly based on 2K20, but we were finding that one specific Blood Eagle that looks very similar to the 2K20 one, which is the Death Rider by Dean Ambrose, right? That's your that's the 2K20 one, the Blood Eagle.
By Ambrose, yeah.
Yeah. So I remember I made sure that we gave him like that's cool looking brain butts that looks exactly like it. Me and Dylan went through his whole entire move pool to make sure that his style matches the way he looks in the ring. Not many people understand that. They just pick whatever moveset that looks very cool and pretty with 20 million super kicks, and I'm pretty sure everybody does almost this. Like if you're not really heavily in your promotion like I am, majority of the CAWs have similar moves. They might have a cutter, they might have this, they might have the nice cool looking springboard flip, but your CAW doesn't do that. Like you don't look like you do that, like granted Keith Lee, nobody would never thought in a million years that Keith Lee can do this half the stuff they do, but at least he looks like it. And tell that in your promo. I move differently than the other big men that you guys see in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, off the bat, I'm like, okay, what does that mean? He moves differently than big men. Oh my god. And he said in his promo. So next thing you know, when you look at his stuff in the ring, holy shit, my man does rolls. He does a freaking top rope suicida. He does this. He does that. I'm like, okay. How did he acknowledge that? He said it in his promo. The way he looks, he's wearing freaking like tights and stuff like that. He looks very agile in the ring. All right, the looks matches the promo. Now let me see your in-ring work. Okay, I get it now. Dylan, his wrestling, if you saw him, what he does in Extreme Virtual Pro Wrestling, he looks exactly the way he looks. His promos and his style that I try my best to, okay, this is what I see from Dylan. All right, I'm gonna tell that story in the ring. So now, after I said that, Dylan, what did you think of that triple threat that I put you in and whatnot? Did it feel like you did certain stuff in the ring that, okay, that's something that I would do?
Yeah, but I mean, I sent you my moveset that I created for me because I have a list that I send to people if I go to a different fed because it's important. I got three flips, and that's because Mason sometimes just likes to have fun. That's the front flip DDT because it's fast as fuck. It works. I have the people's moonsault. It's just like messing with the fans. it works for Mason. And sometimes a handstand against the ropes with a Pele kick. But most of the time, Mason is just a striker. I always say it's a combination between Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa. He's a striker. And
Katrina was right. You're right. She got the feel from it. All right. Look, your goal was done. But yeah, what are you guys' thoughts about that on the moveset and stuff like that?
The thing that you usually see with CAWs, especially when moveset is not being, altered like what you do. For example, at 3-Up, let's take 3-Up as an example. You have times that you see dare goals and masters. Every move they have is a finisher. Every move they have is a finisher. And it looks spectacular, but it means no move actually has impact.
Not believable.
No, it's not believable.
I was just going to say, man, no, I mean, you don't want to see a jackhammer in the middle of the match. I don't want to see that.
Awful dude with a fucking jackhammer. It's just like, how are you doing that? That's fucking not possible. Look at the guy. Look at his fucking muscles. He cannot do a jackhammer.
Right.
I got a guy on my roster. He's like 5'2", and one of his moves is like a choke slam. And I was like, bro.
The Hurricane Helms, man.
Choke slam. 6'8" and higher. 6'8" and higher.
You trying to choke slam him. Choke slam the McNuggets, man.
John Silver. He's small as fuck, but he's a beast. He can do a fucking F5 to you. It's insane. But usually that's never the case.
I also believe that, speaking of believability, your finisher moves should definitely reflect who your CAW is as a person.
Absolutely.
My first couple of
sell
seasons.
your finishing move. Damn it.
Absolutely.
I think I got
first,
the best finisher in the game.
You said you have the best finisher?
Yes, I think I have the best finisher in the game.
Mason has the best finisher. One and done. Fuck off.
Personally, I believe James has the best finisher. I was going to say my first couple of seasons, my finisher move was the brass knuckles. James Black was known for using brass knuckles.
Yeah.
My promos were used brass knuckles. I would create different posts with brass knuckles inside and outside of the league. So if you saw those brass knuckles,
you knew James was coming. Yeah.
That's what's up.
I used to do the Tommaso Ciampa knee strike, but that was in the time that Mason was insane. He was sporadic and shit. So it worked back then, and it had name because I really liked it. Because it's psycho, but it's poetic. So it's psychoetic. I just created a fucking word. I still use it. The psychoetic. I still use it. But my main finisher now is the lifting brainbuster, and it's called because I'm a big Viking fan. It's called the Blood Eagle, and it makes sense for Mason because Mason is a violent, brutal son of a bitch. And what's more brutal than a Blood Eagle ripping the fucking spine out and putting all the guts over there?
All right. Calm down, man.
No, I'm just saying, but the name fits.
I know that version of Mason. Calm yourself, okay?
So I got a question for everybody. And this is what I do. And my thing is, I ask people in CAW, give me 2 to 3 regular grapple moves and whatnot, because that's what I'm gonna show in the game. I don't normally when you have soft grapples, there's 4 different ones, right? You have your up, down, left, right grapple. To me, in XPW, I'm only showcasing 3 moves that your guy does outside of corner, strikes, and whatnot, because I don't want to see multiple moves done in the game. If a person has, let's say, Dylan Mason's Brainbuster, I'm going to make sure that this specific CAW does not have Dylan Mason's Brainbuster in one of his grapples. Why? Because that's Dylan Mason's brain.
Very, very, very important. I actually
curve stomp. Oh my
times.
God! Why would you have a regular curve stomp or the cutter? Right now, let's say this is what I do too. If you have a super kick as your finisher, I'm gonna make sure that you have all the different variations of a super kick. There's so many different variations. All right, you have your super kick. You know, this is what I do to protect the legacy, the integrity of the move. Now I get it, Young Bucks, super kick party. Everybody does a damn super kick, but I feel us as now people might have different views on this. But if we do really care about what we think of wrestling, then I feel like I implement that into the game as well, especially on my promotion, because I believe the integrity of the sweet chin music / super kick. I believe the integrity of the cutter. You know, Randy Orton does a cutter. We know that that's the cutter. So I make sure that, let's say if MJ has the cutter, I make sure he has that one that does the springboard, the one that does the handstand, the lethal injection cutter, because you want to hit that cutter out of nowhere, not just on the standing thing. And this is how I feel in general. I don't know what you guys think. Do you believe that a person should just have 3 regular grapples and we'll pick which one? And of course, there's your finisher. I don't really believe in signatures that much. I rarely have my guys do a signature because in XVPW, I make sure that the finisher counts. Like that's the finisher, and the finisher should always be the finish of the match. I don't know what you guys think.
In some aspects, the signature is supposed to set up the finisher. So I very much do believe in the signature. So, but as far as the having just the 3 grapples, I mean, I don't know. I don't limit it that much, of course.
It's not,
but it's a good idea though. It's a very good idea. I like it.
But that's just it, Drew. It's not possible for you, and this is why. No, because you just have the AI versus AI, or you play the match yourself, so you have all the moves. Yeah. And this is the difference, and this is why I've done this, like to friends of mine or whatever. I praise XVPW because it's different. Yeah. Because I never before saw a highlight reel type match, and with that, you can just have a couple of moves.
Yeah. So let me ask this question.
Yeah, that's true.
And this is for Max. And you're talking about these moves and whatnot. In your league, are finishing moves exclusive? That's what I want to know.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Okay. That's all.
I'm pretty sure everybody in XVPW, like, I remember when me and Dylan were talking. This is a good example. I saw the Aleister Black knee in his signature. I'm like, Dylan, I'm sorry, I'm taking that out. He's like, but Mason always has the knee in Max. And I'm like, okay, but what's your finisher? The brainbuster. Okay, so that's your finish. Fine. Yep. He was so down about that. I'm like, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll make sure that nobody takes that brainbuster, bro. You know? But outside of that, like, you will see multiple swinging neck breakers. You will see a pile driver here and there, you know? Because there's stuff that XVPW that I didn't do yet that I would love to fucking do, but I'm just waiting for that right moment, like, you know, to happen. Where like right now, I can tell you right now, nobody stole a finisher in XVPW yet. Of the whole stealing a finisher, because I want to create that exact like special moment that, hey, this happened. Like, who knows? Maybe Will Ospreay will do Dylan Mason's brainbuster, and out of nowhere, Dylan Mason will do an Oz cutter. You know. Because why? That's a special moment. And
it's gotta mean something.
And yes, it means something. You know? And that's why I don't mind doing a suplex. Because, you know, we still want to protect the integrity of the old school moves, not just stunner. Fuck, you kick out at 1. What the hell? It's only the first minute of the match. You know? Yeah. Like, I love to tell a story. And I no lie, and not to like, because I know Drew's restricted to the AI. But if I was Drew, I would literally.
I play the matches.
No.
Not all of them.
No. Meaning like if I was specifically you, I would change certain people's moves.
Yeah.
Like the up, down, left, right, to make sure that nobody does 20 finishers in a row. Because I know you're restricted, and I was testing it too. Like, I would change this finisher right now. Boom, boom, boom. Then I would go back and change it again to the original. Now you're in the corner, that part of the ending match, the climax of it. Where, okay, let's add those things back now, you know, because you don't want to see a certain person do this move and certain person do that move, or out of nowhere, because you still have the swing cool neck breakers, the the suplexes, the multiple different types of suplexes in the game that nobody probably didn't use yet. And I'm like, okay, let's tell that. Then we'll work on that crazy climax of the false finishes and on all that. Because I like that. And I seen it done in AI. I tried it. I'm okay, we can do this. Especially you let two AIs play it out. Then out of nowhere, you cut a little segment to a little commercial. Hey, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back into the action. Boom! All right, crazy climax, false finishes, and all that. Because I know AI versus AI does that.
So. Yeah.
One of the things I noticed about working with Dylan, he was the first person that I worked with that talked about his finishing move in his promos. And when I first heard him talk about it, I'm like, what the hell is a Blood Eagle? I've never heard this before. But one thing about it, when I saw the match and he actually landed this move, I'll never forget what it is after that. It's that, and that to me, it's got to mean something. Even with working with Russell, his finishing move was the ankle lock. We had a 30-minute Iron Man match, and I put that move on him to win the match. I totally agree with you guys. Those finishing moves have to mean something. Like right now, my finishing move, or the last time I was active anyhow, my finishing move was a low blow. That's going to mean something.
Katrina, what do you think of the move sets and all that stuff, or believability in the move set?
The same.
Well, I'm going to kind of be, I'm supposed to be unbiased, but I'm going to be biased only because I've actually seen how you do your matches. So that's actually one of the reasons why I did like XUPW, and I told you that. Personally, you work a lot harder than I think you should sometimes. Like the level of
me and MJ were talking about
doing
that.
Like that one spot for that one moment, and you'd be like 2 hours in. I'm like, you good? And you're like, I'm working on this spot. I'm like, you're still trying to get it exactly right. And I guess when you see the finished product, I understand. Like I understand.
Oh, that was the spot actually that Dylan
there.
was in when Dylan hit the Blood Eagle onto Devontae. And out of nowhere, Noah Youngblood did the springboard into the Blood Barrage. And I'm like, Blood Eagle versus Blood Barrage? And I'm like, yo, Dylan, no lie. I literally did 2 hours of working on that specific spot. Because it was I don't know if you guys know Noah Youngblood. He does Insecurity as a finisher, right? The corner Insecurity, then he has the other Insecurity. So there's one where it was he's running and he springboards. And after Dylan hit the Blood Eagle... You know what? I'm gonna make that into a highlight reel or the full match for exclusive for so people can know what I'm talking about. Dylan hits the Blood Eagle exactly. So the minute Dylan gets up after hitting that Blood Eagle on Devontae, out of nowhere you see Noah Youngblood run, springboard, and hit freaking Dylan right in the freaking face. And now and he's basically stole Dylan's win. And Dylan was so upset that he hit a Blood Eagle before. Yeah.
What you did, and that's very good, you kept my finisher strong because he pinned the guy who I just hit with my finish. And this is a thing I didn't do before because in 2K, if I would go back to Treat Up now, I would say, Drew, every single time a Blood Eagle, it's done. Mm-hmm. I don't care how you do it, but you will make sure Blood Eagle is one and done. There's not going to be a kick out.
No, there isn't.
Point in my career, someone will kick out of it for the first time,
and it's got to mean something.
In my fit, I have not had anyone kick out of my finisher yet, and it's all AI versus AI.
That, man.
It's all AI versus AI. I don't do any control or anything, but it was I got the top rope brainbuster, and I call it King's Landing. Because I'm the king. I'm the king. But I also have a punt kick where I do it just as my signature, and that's off with your head. But anyway, I like to set up the matches by talking. And if someone does someone else's finisher, I just call it whatever the regular move is, or super kick or cutter. But when it's that finisher and it's that person's finisher, I call it whatever that person call it. Like I got a guy named Eddie. His super kick is the one where it spins you around, and so I call it the dreidel. And that just came up off the fly. Like I was just sitting there calling the match, and I was like, "Oh shit, dreidel!" And it was just like, and it stuck.
All right.
And
yeah.
So.
So I know we're almost close to our end. So Right now, everybody, if you have a question for Dylan Mason or for us, but specifically for Dylan Mason, because fuck us, it's all about Dylan Mason today. Drop it on the comment section right now. Everybody's gonna look at it. So with that being said, because we had a lot of issues of people trying to bring their stuff or help us promote their stuff onto our channel. And to be honest, not many people followed the instructions of how we do things here. So I'm going to tell it right now. I actually wrote it down. So if you want us to promote your stuff onto the EFBC channel, it has to be a full match with no entrance, no victory. Why? Because, well, to be honest, you guys have copywritten music sometimes and all that stuff. So in order for us to not get muted or etc., it's literally just, hey, this is how we're gonna do it. And yeah, so we have to protect our channel, and we're promoting your stuff. So now if you don't have a copyrighted music on your entrance or towards your victory and stuff like that, or in your video, then okay, we'll make sure we look at it. But for right now, it's just the match itself. Now, also to qualify, make sure you break that 100 subscriber mark, and you have to have a custom URL. That's important,
No Michael Cole.
Yeah, and no, that's number 3 too. No Michael Cole commentary onto the stuff, because yeah, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, and that's very important. Yeah, there.
I was like, where the fuck is James?
You can see me? 'Cause I can't see myself.
No, I just see black.
Yeah, I see black too, bro.
I don't know what's going on. It's frozen on my screen, but whatever. Oh, who is this?
Don't worry. All right. So yeah, and with that being said, do not DM us.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, do not.
All right.
We've been hacked, guys.
We're wrong for you. You know that.
So yeah, do not DM us your stuff, because why? Well, we're not gonna look at it or promote it. It has to be emailed to the EFED broadcast channel, right? Is it EFED broadcast or broadcasting channel?
That's your talent, Drew.
Drew, you just
Why
kicked him out.
Why are you hanging out with Tony?
Damn, man, why y'all kick me out like that, man?
You're not supposed to be here.
Man, who that girl is?
Oh my God,
James.
We gotta hang up.
No. This is a product of the Red Army.
Oh,
Nah, man. Nah, I'm not, man. I'm leaving.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, I'm about to create a whole stable with her, man.
Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
It's gonna be me, her, and James Black.
Hey,
No.
goodbye, sir.
Beauty and the Beast.
That's your talent, Drew. That is your talent.
All right,
She
so
got fans already.
I still don't see you, James. I still don't see you.
I don't know. If it's James or Tony on the same phone or what?
No, man. It's frozen on my end. I don't know what to do.
How does Job Turkey keep coming back?
You could try leave Skype and join back again, man.
yeah, you could do that if you want. Just sign up and sign on again.
When you call.
All right.
So, if people have questions for me, or
All right. We got some questions here.
Okay.
So, Dylan, who is your second Dutch promo artist in the scene, and why is it William Petenga?
Okay, so William is asking that. That's 100% William.
Yeah, I've been over here dying because I've read it a little bit ago, and I was like, that's killing me right now.
That's my brother Crims Wolf. He lives 10 minutes away from me. He's a good fucking friend, and he is the only person in this game that Mason in character respects and actually sees as a brother. So yeah,
That's what's up. You guys have any Dylan Mason questions now? Drop it down below. Dylan, I got a question for you, and this is actually coming from All right. Who is basically the top 3 in that's doing it right now in promos that people should look out for?
Okay, the top 3 of people.
Outside of you. Forget you. Who's your top 3 that people should look out for?
Let's see. Lee isn't really in the game anymore. He's kind of coming back, but I can't say Lee. So it's going to be Crimson Wolf, my brother. It has to happen. You have to fucking look out for him. He's fucking fantastic. Kurt Brooks, from HSW. So many good fucking people there. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I see a Baby Yoda. I'm now completely just entranced by the Baby Yoda right there. So number 3, Baby Yoda. No, number 3, probably, and it's not a guy a lot of people know, is Tyler Throne. Tyler Throne is in the video fed stuff of things. He's in HSW, and he's just a joy to fucking see because he's creative, he's funny, he's just a fantastic fucking character. So I guess those 3 right now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Go for it.
In terms of who would you like for us to interview next is what I should be saying.
Who you? Oh, okay.
And how can you help us get them on?
I mean, Crimson would probably do it. So I would say Crimson Wolf. I would say William Penziga, my brother, because he's a fun guy to talk to as well.
Okay.
Great second, the best second Dutch guy. Cause sorry, better than no, that's fine. That's why we're friends.
All right.
All right. So you guys have any questions for us? Put them in the comment section down below right now, and we'll answer them. Oh, we just got one right now. Thoughts on people using your CAW of community creations?
We talked about this. Oh. I was like, we talked about
All right, Dylan, if somebody uses your CAW of community creations without your permission, how would you personally feel?
So I'm only in the X3PW in 2K Fed-wise. But before that, I hated that, and I told people to fucking delete me. Because Mason is Mason, and you're not going to fucking book me and make me lose constantly or whatever. I don't care if you want to book me as world champion. You didn't ask me if I wanted to join your Fed, so fuck off. That's the answer.
Now, to be politically correct, now, because I totally understand. Personally, I totally understand. Now, I'm not backing certain people and all that stuff. Now, in 2K, if I just randomly type blah blah blah, oh look at this guy, oh well I like him. I like the way he looks, and out of nowhere I discovered a specific show. I'm like, what the hell? Oh, Dylan's in there. Yo, Dylan, you're in this show too. Why you didn't tell me? Or some shit like that. Because 2K does this thing where I'm just gonna upload people and I randomly type, that stuff. I totally get it though, because that's from what Corey said, EFED etiquette or courtesy. Hey, ask them first. But if so and so of person A did not understand,
it's possible that a random guy that has like a YouTube show or not even, maybe just at home, and he has a character. He is me or black or whatever. It's possible.
Yeah, but to be honest, I always ask people, like, hey, what's up, especially if they're really serious about being an XVPW, or they say they left. Like, hey, so I'm gonna write you off a certain way if you're gonna leave because you out of nowhere ghosted me, or you just didn't feel like doing it, even though I prepped up everything for you. I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna message you. Hey, so I'm gonna write this off just so I can say blah blah blah, or nothing. I'm gonna cut a shoot style promo on you because you fucking dissed me and you left, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because why? Well, it's my fucking show, and you totally disrespected what we talked about and shit like that. So I'm gonna do that anyway.
We gotta give him the Matt Madison treatment.
I still need something, before the show ends. So I'll just set shit up.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys ran into that?
If you have questions, please continue. But I'll just set shit up.
I actually have one for you, Dylan. Where was the idea behind your gimmick? Because I know you said that you kind of like Aleister Black, but also like you're part Deadman Ciampa, but you're also yourself. So the parts that where did that come from?
Black King Ciampa is only my moveset. I am, and this is a question a lot of people don't seem to understand that it's possible. I have never looked at a wrestler to be inspired by them or whatever. This is all my own sick, twisted mind. This is all my creativity. I once did a movie trailer for school, and you kind of can see that as the birth of Mason. His name was Edward Blackheart, but that doesn't really matter. I guess that kind of is the creation behind Mason. And I can send you that trailer. Like, it's from 2012 probably. It's my first real acting shit that I did. I guess that's just the birth of Mason inside of my mind. And I started in 2018. So there's a lot of years like behind it. And it just worked. It just clicked. I was just like, I'm going to do this. And I evolved it over time, but it never looked at like Bray Wyatt or Black or whatever. A lot of people compare me to Black, but no, it's all my own creation. It's all inside of my own mind. I'm a creative person, so I wrote the script for that trailer as well, and the character. I wrote a whole backstory to, even though it wasn't really necessary. It was just like a 5-minute trailer or something. And I wrote a backstory for Mason as well, and I still have gaps in it because what if, for example, I never faced James Black. I did multiple times, but I never did that, and I'm like, I want to put him in my backstory. Like maybe I know him from some time or whatever, and then you can create a storyline around that. That's kind of how I work.
That's
with a lot.
I got a question for you now. Have you ever gotten lost in your character?
In what way lost?
Like all right, so I don't know how much you've promoted within a week with your character. So like, for instance, my promo, we run weekly shows. So every week we're running a show. So like with a guy like Max, you're probably getting a lot of leeway and leniency with your promo time. So yeah, like if you're in a league where you're doing more promos weekly on a weekly basis. I don't know if you've done that in your promo based leagues, but have you ever gotten a chance where you've gotten lost into your character, meaning your mind frame was just strictly that character for a moment?
That happens the moment I press the camera on.
I'm talking about when the camera go off, even like camera off.
I have moments. I have moments that I have moments when I just do a promo out of nowhere and I'm not filming shit. Eventually that can become an idea. But I've had those moments. But the moment I press play, I am Mason and I'm lost in Mason because that is the only thing that is there at that very moment.
The Ocean King says, "What's up, Dylan?"
What's up, Ocean King? I'm gonna kick your ass. I actually want to say, because if he's listening, you have the freshest gimmick I've seen in a long ass fucking time.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
The moment I saw it, I was like, "That's fantastic. That's it. That's creative. That's new." And I wanted to face you, and then Max already said that it's gonna happen.
The minute I saw the Ocean King promo, I was like, yo, Dylan's gonna love this. I'm gonna book these two in a match because he's making waves, and Dylan just like, oh, I like
it. Was that like pun intended?
Yes, when I tell you Ocean King does a lot of, he's about the ocean. He wants to protect the waters that you guys pollute. and he gets upset when you guys pollute the water. Like, yeah, it's one of those, man, and I love it. Dylan, so I know you're gonna cut a promo and you're preparing to cut your promo, but I want to make this very interesting for you. Are you listening?
Sure.
All right, you're gonna cut a promo about gummy bears.
Oh shit.
Fuck, you want to see Mason and then you want to see a promo on Gummy Bears.
Yeah, I want you to cut a promo.
You got this, Dylan.
I want you to cut a promo about gummy bears.
Glad that wasn't me.
Can I? Well, damn.
Damn, he got into draws.
Don't tell me he's got gummy bears. Y'all set that up.
Can I make this?
To be honest, no, we did not set. To be honest, we did not set this up right now. It's just interesting. Okay.
Can I make this better? Because if we're getting people who are not familiar with EFED and could potentially fall in love with this off of this one promo, can I make this a little more interesting, a little more realistic?
How a bit more realistic than gummy bears?
Okay, gummy bears it is.
It's gonna be good. All right, in 5, 4, 3, 2, action.
You know what I hate the most in this goddamn world? Gummy bears. I don't like the taste. I don't like the texture. Everything about it just pisses me off to the very core. It's like someone wanted to hurt me. Someone wanted to hurt Mason. So what am I gonna do? What can I do? Maybe I can go to that creator of the gummy bears and drop him on his head with a blood eagle and split his head wide open. I could do that. It would be very funny to do so. Maybe I'll just let him live. He's probably dead already anyway. I mean, when did gummy bears actually get created? No clue. I mean, must come from hell or something. And where else can you create these diabolical things? I don't know. I don't even know why I'm talking about gummy bears. I don't know why people want me to talk about gummy bears. Apparently, that's the new hip thing. And, you know, you always have to do the hip thing. So, it's very, very annoying. That's fine. That's completely fine. Fuck off. What do you guys have to say about gummy bears, huh?
I hate gummy bears.
Good.
I'm with you, Mason.
Let's kick it up a notch. Mason has an opportunity to win the World Heavyweight Championship, but James Black interferes in the match and causes him to lose. And for the people watching, I can say with a great deal of specificity that you're about to get some goosebumps here.
It's been so long. It's been such a long time since I've seen James Black be a problem that I didn't see coming. I almost won the world title, and he had to show his face. Why? What have I done recently to James Black? Nothing. Nothing at all. But there he is. Moment I go for the bloody eagle, the moment I drop him on his head, the moment the victory is in when my hands. There is the wrestling god, dream catcher, James Black. James. This means that once again I'm gonna do what I do best. Let's put you down, James. Let's put you down. within your soul, you already know. You cannot defeat me. That's why you showed up. That's why. It's fear in my match. You know exactly what that means, James. You know exactly what is coming next. This is my law. Mason's law. You have only one part to play. The one I put down. For good.
Yeah.
So Dylan, you just moved into my top 5 from XPPW. I just started out there. You're like top 5 of my favorites. Your gummy bear promo was for gummy bears. That was amazing. So you're like top 5 for me now.
I should be number 1. Just saying.
Gotta get I have mine listed away. Well, backstairs, there's how I have my favorites listed, but you're like top 5 now, definitely.
That was good, man.
Am I able to respond?
No.
If you
No.
do.
I really didn't want to anyway. I just wanted to see what you guys would say.
All right.
I would
Okay.
never
You know what,
respond to
James? You have 2 minutes. Let's go.
No. I'm going to use these 2 minutes to tell you guys the story. When Dylan Mason came in 3-dub, I was world heavyweight champion. And the thing about believability, and this is going to sum up this whole show, the thing about believability, and I'm not ashamed to say this now, but at the time, I was shook. Not because Dylan talked about himself. He never said how good he was. It was everybody else telling me how good this guy is. I have to work with him. And to me, it meant everything because I was the man. And at that time, I felt like there was no one in the company who could tie my boots if I gave them instructions. But in comes Matt, in comes Drew, and they're saying, hey, this guy, you got to work with him. This, that, blah, 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 blah. And I saw a little bit of his work, and it took me back. He says I pushed him, but the truth is he pushed me also. Dylan, I have nothing but respect for you. I don't think we've ever been on bad terms, but as far as what we do, I have nothing but respect. You have the number 1 spot on my Mount Rushmore. I have nothing but respect for you. I love your craft. I love the dedication to what you do. I love what you've contributed to our industry. And I will forever praise your effort and contributions to the EFED industry.
Absolutely. Round of applause.
That's James Daniels talking. I mean that. That's from the man.
That's the man. First time I've ever heard your real name.
Yeah.
So I know it's real because I've always seen you as James Black, nothing else. And I appreciate it so much coming from you because really when I pretty much have done it all in UCW and there wasn't really people anymore that could push me. I was asked to join, I believe, the worldwide, like it was this whole show. What was it called, Drew? It was like this whole show of all these events.
The Fair thing? Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys at first wanted me against Remy Black, I believe.
Yep.
And then I saw him. I saw James Black, and I was like, fuck it. I need to face that guy. Because back then, in my opinion, he was the top that nobody could touch. And I need it, because that's what I love. I love pushing myself. I cannot, this is why I don't go to Feds. I'm not going to face Sander Cool. Nothing against Sander, but I'm not going to do that. Because I'm not going to get pushed. I'm not going to have fun. I'm going to be bored. And James was the first one that pushed me, that made me evolve, made me become better. He is the one that, if you really want to talk about it, you're the one that set off my career the way that people came from every single corner, video feds and all this shit, comp feds, and talked about Dylan Mason and wanted me on their show. That's you. That's 100% you pushing me. Eventually, of course, other people joined that pushing, but you were the one that started it off, man. And for that, I'm thankful. And for that, like, you are my favorite, one of my favorite opponents, if not the favorite opponent I've ever had. And I still think we need to have a proper new feud with the way we evolved and became better, because the Dylan from back then is nothing compared to what the fuck I am now. And you know that.
James Black versus Dylan
I feel the
Mason,
same way about James
XVPW.
Black.
Exactly.
James Black versus Dylan Mason, Exhibition, and XVPW.
Hey, how Simon Miller from What Culture Do It? James Black officially signs the XVPW.
But with that, yeah.
Years now, 3 years, 3.5 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's close it off, man. I feel like this is probably one of my favorite episodes, you know.
Yeah,
that we did.
Say that every week.
All right, man. So thank you, Dylan. Dylan, you got any plugins you want to promote or anything that we should look out for? Now's the time, man.
If you want to go out of the 2K stuff and you want to go further into a different side where you see all new talent, look at HSW. It's the best fed out there, the best story fed with fantastic talent that will push you beyond any limit that you thought you could have, because the best of the best play there. And OEW, if you want to push yourself in a comp setting, if you want to be judged for your work. And that is sometimes shit, especially when you lose. But you will be better because of it. And you will grow and grow. And that's it. I don't have anything else to plug. I'm Dylan Mason. If you didn't know me, now you fucking do.
You do.
And just check XVPW or check my work on my own page, because I pretty much accept any friend of mine, because I really don't give a fuck. So yeah, that's it. Nothing else.
All right. MJ, promote your stuff, man. Let's do this.
Yo, tonight coming up after this show, I'll say probably give me about 45 minutes. New Breed will be airing Insurrection. I kind of was like a slow in the butt dude this past week, so we didn't air our second of our 2 shows in a week. So Sunday we'll end our week. So if y'all got 45 minutes, if y'all got some time after this, come over to Foul Mouth Dad page, hit the follow button, and join in on some nice fun with Insurrection.
Boom.
James Black, what's there to look out for in next week?
Wednesday. Do not miss it.
All right. Katrina.
Just follow In Cat We Trust on YouTube. That's where most of my stuff is, like wrestling or any other nerdy stuff. That's where you'll find me.
Also, guys, don't forget, she's gonna host a panel, women only EFBC women panel discussion. If you guys want to apply, guys, if you gals want to apply and join Katrina in the EFBC panel discussion, women only, you guys know where to email. MJ, where do they email at?
EFED Broadcast Channel at gmail.com.
All right. Drew, what is there to look out for next week?
Fallout from Gold Rush, man. We're going to do some cool things next Tuesday night. I think it's the 3rd, I said, right? Yeah, August 3rd. It's going to be going down. You don't want to miss it. We got a new champion, Sander Cool. Come check him out.
Is winter coming?
I don't know.
Hey, let me say this too. At some point, we're going to have to give Sanders some shine, man, because he has been mentioned on every single show. The EFED community knows we got to get him a statue or something, guys.
A statue, a bronze statue.
I will say this, Sanders. I roasted him, I buried him, but he cannot be stopped.
He cannot be stopped.
No matter what you say, you can call him the worst fucking things ever in existence. He will continue on.
A true baby face underdog. I love it.
I don't know how you did it, but you made him world champion. That's something I thought never would happen. But
all the applause goes to Sander. He's a hard-working guy.
Look at his work ethic. He fucking deserves it.
Yeah,
because he's one of the hardest workers in all of fucking people.
I've heard that his new finishing move
with Max. Check that out.
I've heard his new finishing move is going to be a hug or something. Not a bear hug, but just like a normal hug.
Just a hug.
Just a hug. That's all. Don't forget.
All right. And for Extreme Virtual Pro Wrestling, guys, like I said, I'm working on the Intercontinental Grand Prix Cup tournament that's going to debut on New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and January 2nd. A 3-night tournament event, ladies and gentlemen, where people represent their country they're from, and they're going to lay it down on the line. And I can't wait, man. And since Dylan is here, Dylan is going to face Will Ospreay in night 1 of the tournament. So it's going to be something cool. As for EFBC, don't forget to check us out again next Sunday. 6:30 is when we start the stream, okay? And 7 o'clock is when we start the show. So if you want to get your questions in early and come in and check us out at 6:30. And for the guests that we're going to have for next Sunday, it's going to be, drum roll, I don't have a drum roll thing, Remy Resner. We're going to get Remy Resner for the next guest for episode 4 of the EFL panel discussion. And we don't know what topic yet, but I'll make sure to drop it down because I'm going to think of it right now, so I don't know. But
Former world champion.
Thank you again, everyone, for checking us out. And if you guys love what we do, like, comment, share. Please share as much as you can because this is how we bring everybody together and that's how we improve and have growth in our community. So thank you again, guys. We are out. I am Full Rise. We got James Black, Katrina, Drew Gesner, MJ Jones, and the one only Dylan Mason. And we are out.
Bye.